The RPS CRUISER, boys. Overhead cam, 250cc engine, electronic fuel injection, 6-speed transmission, oil cooled with an oil filter, anti-lock brakes, rear and front. It's got a 140/90/15 rear tire, not bad tread. It's a little fat. A 110/80/18 front tire. Ignition's on the side under the tank. USB accessory port, 5 volts, 2 amps. Adjustable rear shocks with a gas reservoir, non-fillable. Nice bright display. Steel fenders. Also has a center stand. Batteries behind here, and also a tool set. You can lock your steering from here. LED headlight and blinkers. Park function. All the lights off function. Push to cancel. LED running light and brake light. Horn. Locking gas cap. RPS CRUISER Life. It is a nice soft seat. It's even got a low backrest on it, so you don't lose your old lady with all the torque. Go take some glamour shots.
Direction traffic.
Come on, Flip. Oh. Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, 21. Thing's keeping up, 23. Holy mackerel. 25. Wow, it's still there. Thought I lost it. It doesn't do horrible in the sand. Tires are definitely not meant for the sand. I'm 5'10", and the seating position isn't too bad. I have to get someone that's really tall to sit on it and give their opinion. You get a little bit of vibration from the motor, even though it is counterbalanced. Handles pretty good. So I'm telling my kid Andrew should take this to Harley and go get some saddlebags. Pull right in there with a big cigar hanging out. Step off like Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the Terminator. Try to act like all cool. Like, you know, like these China bikes are better than Harleys, kind of cool. I wish I had the balls to do that. Pretty sure a set of saddlebags for this probably costs more than this bike. I have to look up what the weight of this is. China's bikes have gotten better for sure because the welds and everything are much, much better. Of course, you might find one straggler looking nasty weld, you know. I'm gonna have to go up to bike meets now and get a big old cigar. We'll see how it cruises. Still gotta break it in, of course. Up at the fuel gauge. Let's have a bad connection. 62. Of course, I still have to break it in. That's wide open right now. 65. I think it claims it'll do like 70 something, a little over 70. Probably will. I let off at 65. Pretty comfortable though. 5 O's. go to some bike meets. Well, Harleys, pull right up there. I want your bike, your clothes, and your keys.
Take it. Oh.
Perfect learning bike right here. Even my wife can touch it. She's 5 foot even. It's like 71 here in Florida today. It's heat wave. Yeah, definitely a cruiser. You know, it actually reminds me of the Rebel 250. I like this better than the Rebel 250. Like, I like the seating position and everything better than that Rebel 250. Some people said it's a bobber, but I don't know. My definition of bobber is like home built. Take the fender off the front, you make it a single seat, kind of just like a rat bike, you know. They're calling other bikes bobs or whatever, so would you call this a bobber? There's a little vibration, but it's not really that bad at higher speeds. You can see it in the mirror a little bit. Huh, not this one, this one. Test these anti-lock brakes out in the sand, see if they work. Like 65 here, Route 19. Oh yeah, there's 65. I'm not wide open. Pretty close. Pretty close. It looks like it'll do 70. We'll see how accurate the speedometer is too. When I get some kind of phone holder. Oh, that's because it's 60 here. Does pretty good at high speeds. I'd say if I lean down, definitely get over 70. Really don't want to push it too much yet. Get 500 miles or so. Do an oil change at about 100. So anyway, I don't have to go to Harley for them saddlebags because I found a cheap set on Amazon. I hope they're good. They're kind of small. It's like 2 little saddlebags and a front tool bag. Leather. So we'll see. I'm gonna turn here. Forward. It's got pretty good pull. I mean, it is oil cooled. I wonder if they squeaked a little more horsepower out of it. Being 20 horse stock on the KPXs, that is. Does run good. Try to balance here. Do the balance game. Don't put your feet down. Don't put your feet down. The road is lava. Kind of like the look of the bike too, because I guess it does kind of have a bobber look to it. Yeah, I know. You guys said that already. A few of you said it. 13 miles already. She runs smooth. It does handle pretty good. You know, like a cruiser would. It's got a pretty steep rake up front. Foot pegs seem kind of high, so I don't think I'll be scraping nose. But I like laying it down on the corners a little bit more than I should with the cruisers. That's why that Harley I had, man, I got rid of it because I wasn't even going fast around the corners. Now it scraped them friggin' floorboard things. And I put fat boy floorboards on it and I still scraped them. You know, they're a little narrower. I had a Vulcan 1500, I think it was. Never scraped those, they were nice and high. Brakes were excellent. I don't know, it's pretty good lean, didn't touch. I would have hit with that Harley. Great cheap little starter bike if you want some kind of cruiser to learn on. Low. Someone 5 feet can actually sit on this thing and take their road test. Let's see. Yeah. Didn't hit the pegs. Let's see how the anti-lock brake works. Huh. Wow. Let's try the front. Oh, I can feel it. It's pushing back. Oh yeah. You can feel it pushing back on your foot and your handbrake. You know, it locks up and then it lets you go. It does not have traction control. Notice when you first turn it on, the traction control light will be on. Then as soon as you start going, it'll shut off. So that's normal, apparently. I think they did a pretty nice job. We'll do a little more riding in the next video. If you're interested, I got the links down below. TX Power Sports will take care of you. Order it up with the MotoCheez discount code. Don't forget. And thanks for watching. We can do wherever you think is best. Well, it's here, boys. Let's get this crate torn apart. Take that bolt out of the forks. Get the exhaust out from under the bike on that frame. Let's see what's in this box. It's like shifter linkage and a foot peg. Rubber tip for the shifter. Some shims, some bolts, some stick-on reflectors, exhaust gasket, and a few more bolts and nuts. And a cap. Not a bad looking exhaust. I wonder what it sounds like. Even has the O2 sensor. I was wondering where the toolkit was. Use the key to open this side up. And it pulls off those rubber things. There's the toolkit right there. Basic toolkit. Take the rest of the stuff off here. Wow, that must be a metal fender. It is a metal fender. You got a screw loose. That's why you want to check every bolt and nut on the machine. Nice paint job. Comes in a couple different colors. The keys in the manual are under the plastic piece that goes over the seat, the little cover. Doesn't show you how to assemble it, and that's what I'm here for. But it does show you a diagram of what it looks like. There is a speed sensor on the front. Picks it up through that rotor. So these shims are not exactly the same size. One's longer than the other. Remove that keeper and the brake. Gotta open them up a little more. If your caliper isn't opening, remove the packing on the front brake lever. This will squeeze in a little bit, so it won't allow it to open. There, open it up now. The shorter spacer goes on the opposite side of the rotor, and the longer spacer goes on the rotor side, so it centers that pretty perfect. You can put a dab of grease on the lip of those seals, both sides, where the axle goes through. And tighten that axle nut down. Make sure she spins freely. The longer part of the fender goes toward the back. And this actually gives it a little bracing on the forks. These smaller socket head cap screws, not these big ones. Hold that fender on. Tighten all them down. Let's get this foot peg and shifter part on. Tighten them down. Then this is going to have to go on here. I don't know exactly where until I sit on the bike, because the seat position is a little further back, so this is probably going to have to be up, probably somewhere around there maybe. Let's get this exhaust on. We're going to take off that nut and bolt. We're going to need that gasket and put it up into there before we stuff the pipe in there. Get your washer up in there, put the header in there, and slide this bolt, and that'll hold it. Now we got to put this flange on. Don't tighten down this nut and bolt until you have the flange all snug down evenly. These are the nuts for the flange on the header. It's a little tight, but you can get your fingers up in there.
That's what she said?
Tighten them down both sides evenly. Make sure that flange is nice and parallel. Now you can tighten this down, and that muffler's on. Now we'll put the shifter tip on there. Tighten that down. Let's hook up this O2 sensor. The plug is right here in front of the horn. Click that together nice and tight. Put it behind that loop. Huh, look what I just noticed. Hey, that's cool. Looks like I'm to the point where I can let this down on the ground. This does come with a center stand. Now we can get the handlebars and the speedometer on. Unwrap your handlebars, put them on. Top clamp is integrated with the instrument cluster. Tighten them all down. Let's get the clutch on and turn signal assembly. Notice this wire came off. That's a clutch safety. Make sure that's back on. Arrow goes up on the clamp. Tighten everything down. Now you can leave everything loose so you can get it lined up with however you line up your handlebars, however you like them. And then you can tighten it all down. I still got to loosen this side up and move that down. Put the shifter linkage on and line that up. You have to pull this bolt all the way out because there's a groove that holds it if it happens to loosen up. Right there feels best for me. It looks like it's about the same height as the brake pedal. Put that bolt back in there and tighten her up. Now we're ready to put the battery on. Here's the OBD port for programming. Comes with an MFX 9A-RS gel battery. It's got a little rubber cushions on both sides so it doesn't vibrate. And on the bottom, let's put it on the charger. Make sure it's fully charged before we put it in the bike.
A few moments later.
Battery's all charged. Positive terminal on first, right boys? I got my trickle charger wires on the way, or else I would have put that on. Bike sits for a while I'm up north, so I like putting those trickle charger wires on all the bikes. Fits in there all snug. Let's get the cover back on. Make sure that's popped in there. If it doesn't go, maybe put a little tiny drop of oil on there. Pop them top ones in there. Push in. Turn to the left. Make sure that's on there. You don't want to lose it. And that's on. To the left locks it, to the right unlocks it. Look where the ignition key goes. Get some fuel in it. Let's check the oil. It does have a sight glass. Looks like it's over full a little bit. Doesn't have a dipstick. Yeah, I put it on a kickstand and it's showing it's low, so it's a hair over full. The oil that comes in these now are fine for breaking in. It's not the old mineral oil they used to send many years ago.
It ain't got no gas in it.
Put some gas in there, see if it starts.
Fuel injected.
Fuel injected. Wow. Fired right up.
Probably looking for a pulse and it hasn't had one yet.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, the ABS light went out as soon as I rolled. Want to try it? Not bad, huh? Almost forgot my mirrors, boys. These reflectors go on here if you want, for safety.
Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Hit that bell if you want new notifications on new videos. Links for products used are in the description and on MotoCheez.com. Thanks for watching.